Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is Friday. Today is Friday, May the 26th, 2023. Foul year of our Lord. Hopefully everybody in the cryptocurrency markets is doing fantastic today. We've had a good day of trading. We've seen a resurgence of Bitcoin as it's pushing up a little bit from its brief plunge back down below support. However, we're not quite out of the woods yet, even though we do see altcoins continue to move up. All right, we have seen them kind of move down in mass over the last month. Honestly, if you look at the monthly gains of most of these altcoins, and we're starting to see a nice resurgence now, leading many to wonder, are we now getting a third leg of the bull market, or is this just the calm before the storm and short-term price volatility? We'll do our best, absolute best, to break it down in today's episode. Before we begin, as always, if you guys enjoy the content, you can easily support the channel by smashing that like button like it owes you 6 Satoshis. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a daily episode of our market update. Links down in the description to everything you could possibly need to consider joining us to master cryptocurrency trading with us. There's a link in the description for that and much more. All right, let's get going with the charts. All right, here we are on the daily time frame of Bitcoin. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Of course, I see Kai, eat monkeys. All right, cool. Kai Tara 73, Zybernetics. We've got Magnus, we've got Robbie White. Good to see you guys. We are off to a good start today. So overall, just what's the hullabaloo? We are up 1.16%, currently trading at $26,779.71 as the crow flies. Yesterday, we put in a nice hammer candle after a bearish engulfing candle. We're now pushing up. This is not really a harami candle. A harami candle would be like if you were to combine these two candles, like if these two candles conjoined, metamorphosized into one candle, then it would be a harami. That's when you have a bearish engulfing or a bullish engulfing, and then the other candle comes back to the halfway point. It's called a harami. But we don't really have that right now, so it's kind of like harami-ish. Okay. Typically a hammer candle at a low of the range is considered bullish. There's quite a long price tail or wick to the downside, and we've got kind of a spin, not really a spinning top, but just a little bit of a doji candle right here with a fat body, like a fat body doji is what we'd call this candle right here. Overall, this could be the beginning of something decent. However, just looking at price action analysis, it's also very inconclusive, right? This again, we'll see Bitcoin do this, right? Like if we look at the last time we pumped, like this is exactly kind of very similar to what happened. We had a long sell-off and then a hammer candle and then a fat body doji, and then we just start going to the races. So this is the candle we're all watching for, ladies and gentlemen. Again, in the cryptocurrency markets and in trading in general, we follow momentum. And me personally, I'm a trend following trader. So the current macro trend has certainly been bullish all of 2023. And certainly the short-term trend within that larger macro trend has been a bit bearish as we've been pulling back. But we're just consolidating here at the lower end of support, below support, honestly, with some deep price tails down into grab liquidity. I could really honestly, just looking at the price action, see this going either way. What will be very conclusive is if we get a nice big greenie like this, right? We want to see a nice big greenie, and then we of course want to be trading to the long side, of course. Now we do want to pay attention, as I talked about, this was actually my thesis as we were kind of descending down into these depths. I did have a more of a bearish bent, and I was expecting prior to price sliding down here to 23,000, which we have not done yet, obviously, that we would get a push up to grab liquidity and liquidate shorts prior to doing that. Now, we've seen this thing happen many, many times. Again, here's a very similar example. Price is consolidating, liquidate shorts, bam, liquidate shorts, and then we actually get the big move down. And this is just how we do things. Here we go again, right? Liquidate shorts and then down. All right. So expecting something similar, and especially when we combine it with the rest of our price action analysis. But just looking at this, what we're really looking for it to be conclusive is kind of that big greenie. So we talked about buying the breakout above 27.5 and then looking to take 50% profit off at 28,654 or 28. Let's just call it 28. You could even take it off at 28, but anywhere between 28,000 and 28,500. You want to take 50% off because if we are descending lower and we're just going to clear out shorts before we move down, you want to make sure to cash out some profit because if price starts moving down, it could come down all the way down here almost to your break-even point or even below your break-even point. So you want to make sure that you're able to convert that into a profitable position. You don't want to be losing money. So buying the breakout of 27.5, taking profit at 28 to 28.5 or 28.6, and then watching, reevaluating, seeing if price rejects here, and then positioning for a short for the movement down to 23. And then if price continues to run, then you just hold the position and you add on the breakout of 30K. You add on the breakout of 30K. So again, just to summarize, what are the smart ways to play this, right? Well, you could, of course, scoop up a long here. I think that's a little speculative, honestly, even though it's in full honesty, right? I do have a long position open on BTC USDT currently right now. Actually, it's XBT USD on KuCoin. And that XBT really taking me back to the old BitMEX days, guys. Taking me back. Woo! Anyways. Peckham, good to see you, brother. All right, so potentially scooping the long up right now, do as I say, not as I do. But definitely buying the breakout at 27.5 up to 28.6, taking 50% profit off, and then getting ready to position for a short if we see signs of rejection, and then getting ready to hodl if we continue to push up, and then adding on the breakout of 30K. Because if we break 30K, 35, 37 is coming. We don't really see this where we've topped and then moved down. If, here's the thing, right? You might hear people say like, whoa, we might go all the way up here and grab liquidity up here and move down. Possible, but unlikely. That's not a pattern that Bitcoin does very often. Typically, we will shake out shorts before a move down, and then we don't go back to that high again, right? So here we've already put in the high, lower. This is a swing failure pattern, high, swing failure pattern, break, okay? So for multiple reasons, either playing the swing failure pattern for the short, or for playing what we've been talking about for a while now, which is the current head and shoulders pattern. Let's get rid of these horizontal rays and bring up the head and shoulders pattern that we see forming. And of course, a measured move off this head and shoulders pattern. We've got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we've broken the neckline. The way we had drawn this before, it looked like we broke the neckline here and we had already back tested it as resistance and broke down, which I could have it drawn correctly the first time, and now I have it drawn incorrectly. It's just however you want to do it. There I had used this as the bottom of the left shoulder instead of this. So I used the higher high or the higher low instead of the equal low, but I digress. So again, this is where, trend lines, chart patterns, all that stuff is very subjective. And we just have to use a bit of intuition, which is not how I trade 99% of the time, but it's interesting to look at. So measured movement down to 23.4. Now, again, there is very much mixed results on this. Those who are very bearish saying that if we lose, for example, the daily baseline and we do start trading down below 22, 23, that we're, the doom is coming. So let me reiterate my conviction that what we experienced back in December of 2022 is the bear market bottom. All right. I do not believe that we are going to be going any lower than this price. I have shared countless charts, countless evidence, countless fractals, countless on-chain data that shows that everything on-chain, as far as MVRV, as far as whale activity, as far as profit and loss, as far as on-chain activity, as far as CDD, as far as liveliness, everything, every metric we could possibly look at on the Glassnode platform indicated that this was identical to all previous bear market bottoms. And every time we have the confluence of events that occurred over here in December 2023 and then rally, we never go back below that price ever. Period. Like we've never done it in history. All right. So we've never gone lower than a bear market bottom. Let's get rid of the baseline so we can just kind of zoom out and you'll see here. Now, just to show you guys for instruction. So we'll pull up the Bitstamp chart so we can really see all of Bitcoin's history. So here we go. Even going all the way back to 2011. We put in that same profile down here on the bottom, all the profit, again, everybody just absolutely wrecked. And then we rally and then we do sell off, but we go nowhere near that bottom. So since 2011, this is when the pattern starts. All right. Now we're going to fast forward. Let's see here. This is, you could consider the same thing. Again, wrecked pattern. All the profile appeared here on the print in 2013. And although we do sell off again, we never go below that low ever in history. Right. Here we are up in 2014 and begins the 2014, 2015, 2016, almost the bear market. And again, same thing. Bottom, rally, sell off. We never go below that price. All right. Now we can even fast forward to 2018. Right. Same thing. Here's the bear market bottom. Right. Rally, sell off. We never go below that low. Okay. And I don't expect it to be any different. So here's again. sell off, bear market bottom, rally, and although we can plunge all the way down low here, maybe even to 18, we're not going below this price. That would be a break of everything that's ever happened historically with Bitcoin, and none of the on-chain evidence supports that. So good times. It is good. This, if we do descend down, if we start moving down, I drew that. Yeah, that's okay, right? That's like 16. So that'd be pretty brutal. That would be like a complete sell-off of the entire market, about a 40% decline. This is all dip buying opportunities, in my opinion, right? I am continually adding to my cryptocurrency portfolio. It is possible that we'll have a lazy summer, but over the next 2 years, if you guys, and again, you know, listen, let me just say this so we can get it out of the way. We mentor thousands of students across the world on how to construct profitable cryptocurrency trading strategies. I've been successfully trading crypto since 2016, professionally since 2017. You guys have to make your own investment decisions. I am not responsible for you making or losing money. All right. But in my opinion, the next 2 years is going to be my retirement opportunity. This is it, guys. This is it. Okay. We get this opportunity to accumulate, and then we're off to the races for 2014, 2015. And I'm not looking back. And anybody who wants to get in my way can get out of my way, because we're doing this. So strap in, guys. Subscribe if you haven't, because we are going to conquer this bull market. Because, you know, I've been doing this for almost a decade now, and it's time to cash out and retire and move to Tahiti. All right. So let's do this, guys. All right. Okay, now let's turn to the pathways to profit, our PTP trading strategy. Of course, we are above the daily baseline, so we do have a bullish bias unless we violate the baseline. Trading opportunities we're looking for, any pullbacks here to the daily baseline. I'll pull up the data window so we can see here. Baseline currently is sitting at 24,280. So dips to 24,280 are to be bought. Okay. Again, now the way I will do this, if everything plays out the first way, like if we do come up here and if we do break 27.5, come up to 28.5 and look to reject, I will take that short position. And I will hold that down to 23.4, but I will also accumulate a long on the reversal baseline bounce because I'll already be in profit. So if I have a losing trade on that, it'll just take some profit away from the short. Okay. But I have to follow the strategy because that's how I've been profitable all these years. So dips down to 24.2 are definitely to be bought. Reversal baseline bounces, looking for that. Basically, any breaks on bullish engulfing candles, we're going to be buying as well. So that's what we're kind of looking for right now. We're looking for this big greeny bullish engulfing candle, and then we're looking to ride that. This is, again, exactly how we dip down to the daily baseline here. Put in the same hammer candle, put in the same fat body doji, and then bullish engulfing candle on high volume, and off to the races. So that is the pattern I want to see. I want to see strong continuation backed up by volume and backed up by momentum, and then I'll be swinging for the fences here. What are the rest of our indicators saying here? Now, Minx is not in oversold territory, although we are relatively low. We do not have a continuation signal as of yet. As you guys can see here, Minx is below the signal line. So Minx is just here in negative territory. Oversold is all the way down here. It's just not happening yet. Paralox is in negative territory. Paralox might be showcasing a little, I wouldn't say so, because Paralox is calculated off highs and lows, so there is no regular bullish divergence here. Wada-Atar explosion has a declining explosion level, so volatility is contracting right now. No reason to be looking for momentum trades. And that's about it. So for those of you who are relatively new to the channel or who didn't make sense to, all this, I use this combination of indicators to ascertain when to enter and exit trades. And it is not telling me to do anything right now. It is not telling me to do anything right now. The last time it told me to do something was to potentially short right here, but we were above the daily baseline, so that's invalidated. So the last daily time frame trade that we had on BTC was this candle right here. Right? We were above the daily baseline and we got that momentum signal from Wada-Atar explosion. We obviously could have waited for Minx, but Minx would have gotten us in at the top. Minx was just a little slow on this because this is a continuation signal. And the reversal baseline bounce prior to that. So the reversal baseline bounce and then the momentum signal on this candle was our last BTC USDT daily long. And we've really had no opportunity to take daily time frame trade since then. On the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart's been relatively good to us. All right. So we actually had the ability to short on this candle, as we can see. I'll just highlight this candle and you can see everything that we need. So in order to take a short, price has to be below the baseline. And if price is below the baseline, we're looking for this signal for Minx to go from above 0 to below 0. That is a centered oscillator trading signal. And that is the signal we are looking for. In addition to that, we also need to be seeing negative delta. So the color of Watt-Tar explosion has to be the same color that we want to be trading in. So red for short, green for long. And we have to have this chart in front of Watt-Tar explosion, which is the explosion level, which is our volatility filter. It needs to be rising or yellow, right? It turns yellow when it rises. It goes gray when it contracts. This is volatility expanding or contracting. It's based on the Bollinger Bands. So Watt-Tar explosion gave us everything that we needed here. All of our strategy gave us everything that we needed here. And this was a very nice trade. Potential continuation signal here on this bar right here, which was a TP1 trade. And let's see, not much else here. We don't take a much support. And then here, this was the last trading signal we got on the 4-hour as well. So what I'm saying, Minx is in positive territory and then crosses under. That is a continuation signal. That tells us to trade again. So initial trade, primary signal, continuation signal, failed continuation signal if you took it because price just reversed on you immediately. But perhaps not. Let's just go and look. Maybe the stop loss was wide enough. It doesn't look like so because our stop losses are based on ATR volatility and looks like ATR was pretty low around this area. Yeah, it looks like we got wrecked on that trade if we would have taken it. So we'll just hide Quadriga now. And then we can just exit replay because we'll just be able to see that, yes. Oh, look, I mean, just barely before price came back to our break-even price, right? But still a losing trade. So anyways, winner, loser, winner, chicken dinner. On the 4-hour, how would we want to be trading this? Again, reversal baseline bounces. Anything at 27.3, we want to be taking a short position, right? You need to be able to manage multiple time frame positions. And you need to be able to trade in multiple directions. This is why having a good exchange is so important. Links down in the description to exchanges that you guys might want to use. So any reversal bounces off 27.5, we'll call it. The 4-hour baseline is at 27.488, so we'll just call it 27.5. Now, Minx is about to cross above 0 on the 4-hour time frame. Although I will not be taking this trade, I could see a push up here, and there is maybe some validity in taking that long, but not on this time frame. It's just not on this time frame. WADA has reset. We now have a declining volatility. And Parallax is also still negative. So everything negative, and of course we're below the baseline. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are looking for shorts. Nothing to do right now at the current moment in time. Unless you're still holding the short. Let's see, we would have entered short here and TP1, and you're out at break even. So nothing to do here. Down to the hourly time frame on BTC. Now on the hourly time frame, we could consider going long. Again, price fell below the baseline here, and I'll just highlight this so you guys can see. There is another primary signal. Price is below the baseline. Minx has crossed below 0, and we have rising explosion level and negative delta on Watt-Tar explosion. Parallax is also negative. So everything we need. Short here, and bam, bam. Beautiful trade. No real reversal baseline bounce, and now we have the opposite thing. Here was the trade this way, and here is potentially the trade this way. So this is nice. This is a BPR. This is a break pullback or a BPC, break pullback continuation, right? So we've broken resistance, we've pulled back to test the level that we broke out of for support, and we'd like to see continuation at this point in time. So on the hourly time frame, I see a great long trade here. I mean, this is nice. Okay. You could say, well, Justin, price is overbought, right? Typically, when we get a breakout, it's okay for things to be overbought because momentum will carry forward. However, the other thing to consider with this particular trading signal is that it is Friday. Most of the time, I would say, like, if we're in a bear market, you don't want to trade weekends because the volatility sucks, but it's a bull market. And we've seen very, very active weekends. So we've seen very active price, very active price action on Saturdays and Sundays. So if you do not want to hold risk open over the weekend, then I would not recommend taking this position. However, if you are going to be degenning it on the hourly chart. Certainly the trading signal is to be long. So, excuse me, I don't know why I just did that. So give me one moment here, guys. I am going to need to post this trading signal for the group. And there we go. Now I'm already long, so I don't need to add to my position here, although I certainly could. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go see what we got going on. Yeah, it is a little messed up looking, isn't it? Wonder why that is. It is a little messed up looking, isn't it? Okay. Okay, I think I fixed it. Can you post can you say something in the chat and I'll see if it's fixed? There we go. It seems to only look weird on YouTube. There we go. No? Okay. There we go. Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, it seems like I had like 2 of the same element in my OBS, which was not helping out. Okay. All right. Well, of course, 2 elements in the OBS, right? Like, who hasn't had that happen to them? Okay, so in summary, guys, daily time frame, flat, really neutral, no position. Looking for longs, though. 4-hour time frame, flat after a successful short position. And on the hourly time frame, we long, boys. We long. All right. Let's switch our steam to Ethereum here in just a moment. First, a plug of the community. At Cracking Cryptocurrency, we are very proud to host the fastest growing online community of traders and cryptocurrency investors. To stay up to date, make sure to join our Discord server at discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Link is in the description below, as well as links to everything you possibly need in life. I don't really have any big news topics. I kind of ranted about the debt ceiling limit yesterday. And we'll just, again, we're just going to leave that alone for right now. Good job, Magnus, my dude, man after my own heart. It's like I'm just holding my trade, and that's a topic that I'm going to switch over here. So sorry about that. That's something that we don't talk about enough in trading, and that I want to talk about more. there is such an incentive. There is such a push to get people to trade lower time frames and as frequently as possible and use lots of leverage to maximize gains on small price movements. And this one of the core thesis of my Pathways to Profit course, which is this is the wrong way to trade. All of those behaviors, trading frequently, using high leverage, and chasing small price volatility or small volatile moves, do not benefit you. 99% of traders who will try that will lose money in the long run. It benefits exchanges. It benefits holders. The majority or the overwhelming amount of profit that I've made in my trading career has been from holding positions open longer, right? And it's one of the key fundamental tenets that you'll hear about when you start to learn about trading or try to improve your trading, which is cut losses early, let your winners ride. Sounds easy, right? It's not. It is a strong psychological battle, but focus your attention on that. You know, get a notepad. I've got so many notepads that litter my desk with all the rules and things that I need to do. But identifying that aspect of your trading is something that needs to be addressed. Learn how to cut your losers early and let your winners ride. Don't be so quick to take profits, right? This is something that Alex used to say to me all the time back in the day. And again, even as a professional trader, it took me a long time to figure it out, you know? Let's see here. Alex says we've got some big XRP news. SEC sealed emails came out and they say it might not be a security. Yes, I did hear about that. Let's see if we can find an article about it. There's something from the Daily Hodl. I didn't really see anything about that. Drop a link if you got one, man. All right, so I've got something here from the Daily Hodl from yesterday. Ripple CEO Brad Garlic Bread says judgment on SEC's XRP lawsuit to come in weeks, not months. So Brad Garlic Bread said that their court case with the SEC will conclude in the near future. Obviously, for those who don't know, in December 2020, XRP was sued by Ripple, right? Ripple Labs was sued by the SEC because it might be an unregistered security. Yeah, here we go. There were some decisions that happened last week that you may have read about. The judge ruled against the SEC's effort to redact certain information. Very kind of infamous speech that the then director of corporate finance, Bill Hinman, man, he's got some great videos, gave talking about why Ethereum in his view is not a security. Good for you, Brad Garlic Bread. Good for you. Yeah, listen, I used to be very negative about the XRP army. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized that you guys are just watching my face. Wow. Oh, my dear. Oh, how embarrassing. This is the dangers of switching over to the just chatting scene. All right. But this is what we got, guys. Sorry. This is what we were looking at. Okay. I was just looking at this. Let's see. Magnus says how to stay in a trade. Always when I move my stop loss to keep being in the trade, it always triggers. Yeah. Yeah. Small market, big. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. I like my face too. I agree. I agree with Alex here. I think that XRP actually can be a big winner. Any end of the case is good for XRP, right? No, hold on. Are you sending them to me in Discord? You got to send them to me in Discord for some reason. I am not seeing your links. I wonder why. You should be oh, you're not a moderator. There we go. You're now a moderator. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think anybody can see your links. Yep. Yeah, nobody can see your links. Because of the YouTube rules we have, they just go. Try again, please. Okay, excellent. There we go. Yeah, let's check this out. About to go buy me some XRP. All right. So we have an article here from Coin Journal. Ripple versus SEC. Here's why it could be game over for the SEC in the XRP case. And the email suggests that XRP does not satisfy all the Howey factors. Again, just for instructive purposes, the Howey test is the test that the SEC utilizes to determine whether or not something is a security. And it is a, correct me if I go astray, I'll look it up here in a sec, but I'll see how well I can remember it. It is a investment of money into a common enterprise where there is a reasonable expectations of profits based on the labor of others, or based on the actions or labor of others, something like that. But that's basically what it is, right? If you put your money into something that is a common enterprise, and you expect to get more money because of the work of others, that's a security. Security. Thank you, Errol. I really appreciate that, man. Magnus says, I sure hope so. I'm down 6% on XRP. Right? Yeah, you've been sending links that got ignored for years. Yeah, this is the source of the frustration, Alex, right? It's, it's just every little link you've been sending has been building up for years that you've been thinking we've just been ignoring, and that's not the case. We didn't see them. We had no idea, man. And all is good with the world now. Go to site. All right, let me look at, hold on, let me finish this. So the lawyer says the SEC staff noted reasonable grounds to believe that XRP is not a security. This says it could be game over for the SEC should the case go to a jury. The attorney made the comments after stumbling on references of SEC emails in the briefs and arguments Ripple presented before court in this long-standing battle. So John Deaton is this pro XRP lawyer, and he says there are reasonable grounds to believe XRP is not a security. So they're just quoting his tweet now. So now let's just go to his tweet, go right to the source. John E. Deaton states that the SEC staff, let me zoom in on this for you guys. SEC staff states that there are reasonable grounds to believe XRP is not a security. That's by SEC enforcement lawyers people. Shameful. Read the footnote. And none should therefore be treated as a security. There are reasonable grounds to conclude that XRP does not satisfy all elements of the Howey analysis and is therefore not a security for purposes of the federal securities laws. It is more likely than not that XRP will not be considered a security and thus not be subject to regulatory oversight by the SEC. Submission by MoneyGram to the SEC detailing proposed accounting treatment for XRP, which did not treat XRP as a security. The SEC did not object to non-security treatment. No. Yeah, cool. Let's go look at the chart. XRP army is strong. Kraken, I do believe. Kraken is the exchange where I've traded XRP the most successfully. Let's start with the weekly. And let's just get all this stuff off the chart for a little bit. So typically the first thing we want to do when charting something on the weekly time frame is to mark out our key levels. And you don't want too many lines on your chart. But you just use the finger method. You go around and you look for the lines that seem to be hit the most. Like Like that's a pretty important one. And let's see here. This one obviously seems very important. And that's pretty, you could say this level too, obviously. But I feel like that's a little much, but we'll add it just in case. And then obviously we need to add our lows. Yeah, there we go. All right, and this is just instructive. Okay. So here, and the reason we do this is because if you're I recommend this exercise for all of those who plan to buy coins and hodl them in the hopes that they moon, right? Like you're not trying to trade for a day or a week or even a month. You're trying to hold something to the top, and you want to make sure that you sell on the way up, because that is, I mean, I've mentored thousands of people, right? And that is the number one thing that I hear in the first session with a new client is I'm like, hey, tell me your experience in crypto. Or like, well, I bought a lot of crypto and then, like the bull market happened and I just didn't sell, just didn't sell. Like so I'm not trying, of course, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. What I mean by that is that it is so common. So, and everybody who says that thinks that they're the only one and there's something wrong with them. Like, no, that's normal human psychology. That's what the normal person does. They get greedy, price is going up. They're afraid to sell because they don't want to miss out on more gains. And then price goes down and they don't want to sell because now it's a lower price and they're greedy. They get the greed glands tickled. And yeah. So it's very instructive if you're going to be a value investor and you're going to be a longer term investor and you're really trying to play these bigger swings in crypto assets, that you do this exercise. Not too many lines. You don't want to be paralyzed by analysis, but you want to make sure that typically the way this works is once you've got your levels marked out, wherever price is, if it goes to a line below, then you buy. And if it goes to a line above, you sell. And that is an easy way to make sure that you buy low and sell high. Okay. And you need to make sure that when price does get up here to $2 or to $3, that you do sell. You need to sell. God, people, come on. So what's the total? If price goes back to its all-time high, what's our total max gain we're looking for on XRP? 618%. So that's $6 for every dollar you invest. That's certainly not Pepe, but let's just do some napkin math. So obviously 10,000 turns into 6,000, 10,000 turns into 60,000. How much would you need to put in XRP? I don't know. It depends on how much you want to return and how much you can risk. So looking at potentially yeah, exactly, Jordan. You got it. Yeah, the linear does make it look more attractive. I'm not a big fan of using linear. I think it's misleading. Log is mathematically the correct way to look at a price chart. But yes, linear does make this look much, much tastier, right? This looks much tastier on a linear chart. So yeah, 618%, guys. And again, even on the log chart, we're still in these value lows, right? So again, yeah, even in the depths of a bear market, right? Like, from XRP from April 2021, of course, XRP has been the only asset that has had a different trajectory than most of the crypto coins, right? Again, we made a higher low throughout the bear market, right? And relative to other coins, we actually held up pretty well, right? Wasn't until, here's the 2022 kind of doldrums, but then we just consolidate, right? And we haven't even had a big run yet. So are the floodgates going to open up for XRP? We'll see. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I probably need to be on the daily for the 200 period SMA, but let's switch this to SMA real quick. We are, look, we are consolidating underneath the 200 weekly SMA, and historically that is a high value investment area. So probably not a bad idea to add some of that XRP to the bags, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go look at the daily. I like that. I do like that. Yeah. Broke above the 200 period simple moving average. So this is a break, pullback, continuation. Okay. Multiple ways to trade this. Like we were just looking at this from the scope of a value investor. If you believe the XRP narrative, then on the weekly time frame, you're in a pretty high value investment area. Your risk to reward ratio. Wow, what is going on here? When have you ever seen TradingView prompt a 137% stop loss? That's what TradingView just suggested. TradingView suggested. Did you guys see that? You guys saw that, right? I just clicked the button and this is what TradingView generated. All right. So TradingView is saying, listen, man, it's a sure thing. It's either everything or nothing, bro. All right. I would say, yeah. So let's just, yeah. Okay. Just look at that. Just taking price down to the all-time low so we can analyze our risk to reward ratio. Your risk to reward ratio is 8.29. This is a high EV trade. EV stands for expected value. All right. Some people say estimated value. Those people are wrong. Expected value is the probabilistic outcome, or you take the probability that you'll win and the profit if you win minus the probability that you'll lose and the money that you'll lose if you're wrong, right? So you do that equation and you get what your EV is, right? Which is this a good or bad bet? And when you have a risk reward ratio of 8.29, that's a good bet, right? That's a good bet. And it's also, I mean, there's also a lot to say about taking risk prior to a big news event. Like if you get in before the herd, like once the news is out that XRP has settled the case or won the case, then, you know, the floodgates are going to open up. And so I think there's a lot to be said for value investing. So very, very cool, man. Very cool. Thank you. See, this is what I miss about doing the show and talking to everybody, because I just see things that that I wouldn't before. All right, so I know what I'm buying for Money Monday. Okay, who took the pen off my desk? Kids, man. Here we go. Money Monday. XRP. Why not? You heard it right, folks. I'm gonna buy me a bag. I think if I start talking about XRP more, then there will be more people who come to the stream, because I know the XRP army is strong too. So maybe this is politically motivated. It's politically motivated. All right. Okay, so good risk reward ratio. Multiple ways to play this. So let's start off the weekly time frame. Obviously, if we break above the 200, we've tried twice to break above the 200 period weekly simple moving average, and we've formed 1, 2, 3 drives, actually 4 drives to the downside. So very strong support at the 34-cent, 35-cent area, and very strong resistance at the 55 cents. So this is a nice weekly range of about 60%. We are now trading back below the 200 period simple moving average. So you could either wait to see if price is going to make another run for the 34-cent, 35-cent area, or you can just simply wait to buy the breakout, right? You buy the breakout of this level, you would put your stop loss below the weekly candle that broke, or you could put your stop loss here below the most recent low. And then even if you just targeted for the next highs, you still got a great EV, 2.35% risk reward ratio. Cryptonomics, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Let's look at this on the daily. So how would he be trading this via PTP? Well, believe it or not, we'd actually be almost looking for a long. Okay, so let's go over this. We've broken above the baseline. We've pulled back. So break, pullback, continuation. You know, you'd have to use discretion to take this. This is not a full signal. We are obviously above the 0 line. We got the signal from Minx. Good. But if we look at WADA, we do now have a rising explosion level, but Delta has to be above the explosion level. and the dead zone. And we don't have that right now. So this is a warning for low volatility. So we want one more up candle. What we want one more up candle. And then we can take a drive. What's Quadriga suggesting? About 51 cents and validation at 44 cents. So basically the same thing we were looking at on the weekly, but on the daily here, we now have a different low on the daily. So here's your stop loss and here's your target. The XRP army does not exist. Man, what are you trying to do? Like psyop me, bro? You trying to tell me blockchain backer doesn't get 1.4 thousand people watching his stream every morning because he wears an XRP hat? What are you talking about, dude? Are you with them? Are you part of the XRP army? I bet you're on 4chan right now, huh? All right. Let's let's add this to our alpha list. I try very hard to not be a robot, my friend. Okay, let's talk about... Okay, so thank you very much, Alex, for bringing up XRP. I am going to actually add it to my portfolio on Monday. I think there's a good case. I believe in this idea. And you know, my portfolio right now is so crowded with like low cap best coins that it would be nice to put a top 10 coin in there just to balance things out a little bit. Okay, crypto bubbles. What do we got going on? Let's go to the top 100. What's pumping today? Oh, Pulse X in the top 100. Yes. Oh, woo. Sorry. Up 31.4% on the daily. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go. Let's go, Pulse Chain. Let's do this. Very nice. Really happy about that. What do you guys suggest? Kraken, Jordan. I would recommend Kraken. You know, again, Kraken and XRP have like this long relationship. Now, yeah. So listen, we've been talking about this like all week because I'm in Pulse Chain, and obviously Hex is intrinsically involved with Pulse Chain. So when Pulse Chain launched, there was an issue with the ETH Pulse Chain bridge. Pulse Chain is, by the way, the number 2 layer 1 out there next to Ethereum. Is it? Oh, you know what? You might. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Where can we buy XRP? I guess I was just assuming. Pretty sure. I mean, I know it's on Kraken, right? Oh, holy shit. Probably Gate. Yeah. Man, who's got all the volume? Man, XRP trading is extremely decentralized. Holy shit. You can trade it, but not. Yeah, spot, right? Yeah, spot. Binance, Upbit, Bithumb, OKX, Binance, KuCoin. KuCoin. Go buy it on KuCoin. Just buy it spot and withdraw it. Bitstamp, Bybit, yeah, Bybit, spot. Bitso, Binance, 2Bit, Digifinex, Gate.io, Coin1, BitGet. Wow, there's a lot of exchanges out there. Holy shit. Yeah, I guess Kraken does not appear to be on this list. Oh, Kraken, yeah. XRP, Euro. Yeah, but you can trade Euro USD on XRP. On Kraken, can't you? So you could just swap your USD into Euro on Kraken and then buy XRP. I would try that. See if you can go swap euro for USD or USD for euro. You can buy the XRP euro. Or do they just not have? Yeah, here we go. Kraken's got an XRP USDT market. There you go. Yes, you get it. You ain't even got to do that. XRP USDT. Get it. Get it. So I stand by what I said. Kraken. Okay, so going back to Pulse Chain. I had originally thought that because of the bridge congestion from the ETH to Pulse Chain bridge congestion, that was the reason that Hex got dumped. Now I think that might have been a bit of the reason, but not really, because the Hexicans are pretty like swilling the Kool-Aid hardcore. I think it has something to do with, because I wasn't a Hex guy. I've never had Hex, never owned Hex, never done anything with Hex. Pulse Chain is my first kind of dance with Richard Hart. But there was a very special situation for Hex holders when the chain got split, because they got P-Hex, and then there was actually a special farm for that. So immediately people who, like, once the launch happened, you could stake your P-Hex and farm. That since has been closed. It only was up for like a few days. Yeah, I think it's because, like, essentially all the, like, Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum. So if any assets that you had on Ethereum have now been copied over onto Pulse Chain, they're valueless, right? Like, I had like 20,000 USDT in my Ethereum wallet, and I went to go sell it, or actually I used the bridge. So I had like, oh, cool, I got 20,000 USDT on Pulse Chain. Cool, let me bridge that over to Ethereum. Well, even though it's the same contract address, when you bridge it over to Ethereum, it's a different token. It says USDT from Pulse Chain, and it has no value. Like, there is a market for it, but like, if you want to, like, for like 2 cents, like even less than that, right? So the token, the PRC20 tokens, are currently valueless, but it is the idea that in the future there will be incentives for them. So the main tokens on Pulse Chain are Pulse, PLS, PulseX, which is their fork of Uniswap, and INC, which is their incentive token. And the incentive token went up like 1,000%. Like, it was like $5 like a week ago. Now it's $65. And I wasn't, but I am now. I am farming Pulse, PulseX. I'm farming in the pool and earning the incentive token. 2 cents worth of Pulse is worth more than 2 cents. What do you mean by that, brother? 2 cents worth of Pulse is worth more than 2 cents of copied USDT. Let's see here. Well, if I were, okay, so Rora Nora, of course, I'm not associated with the Pulse team. I'm just an investor. But if I were to answer you based on what I understand about the network, the idea is that since Pulse Chain is a fork and an ERC20 compatible bridge, it will allow users to do everything they're doing on Ethereum on Pulse Chain with eventually composability and interoperability. For significantly lower gas fees. So it will lighten the strain from Ethereum. And that is the sell your copied USDT someone would buy. Are you saying sell it on Ethereum or sell it on Pulse Chain? And I thought about that too, right? Because after I bridged that PRC20 USDT over to Ethereum and saw that it was a USDT from Pulse Chain on Ethereum, I realized that, okay, well, this is completely valueless. Like, I paid $60 in gas fees to get 2 cents. So that was a waste of time. Then I was like, well, I did see that on PulseX there was a market for that USDT, so I could just dump it all, right, and get like, I don't know, like 2 cents. But then I thought, well, you know what? Like, what's worth? I'm a gambler, right? So do I want 2 cents now, or do I want to believe that in the future there might be something cool to do with those tokens. So I think in the future, there might be something cool to do with those tokens. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm out 2 cents, right? But if I'm right, you know, who knows? I'm pretty smitten with, I like Arbitrum too. You know, the only problem with Arbitrum is the mainnet token launch was a complete disaster. Like the DAO is, oh God, that initial DAO proposal was such a disaster. Like, you know, oh yeah, we're going to open it up for voting. By the way, we gave like fucking millions and millions of tokens to this anonymous market actor, sophisticated market participant. And we guys need you to approve that. Vote in the DAO. And everybody was like, fuck no. We're not gonna give 20% of the supply to this dude. What are you talking about? And we're like, well, we kind of already did. And they already did. So looking for ARB below $1, and then I'll add it back to the portfolio. I already made the money I wanted on the initial launch. But there's nothing wrong with the chain, right? Like obviously GMX and all the protocols on there are good, and I'm doing some farming on there. I'm pretty much, I mean, honestly, the chain that I personally have the most money on and am active on is Optimism, but that's just because of Velodrome. Like I was an early, I bought Velodrome very, 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 very early, and I've been, locking and staking and farming and staking on Velodrome since day one. Not day one, but like day 8. So I had a lot of fun with Velodrome. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah. We shall see, my friend. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I would like, well, like if I'm being completely selfish, I don't have any ARB right now. I sold all my ARB. So I would prefer for PulseX to pump because I have a large bag of PulseX and Pulse. But I've not fully drank the Kool-Aid yet. Let's put it that way, right? The reason I didn't get involved with Hex is like all the reasons, right? Like Richard Hart, right? But like Hex did really well, right? And he's like, he hasn't rugged or done anything stupid yet, so okay, cool. Don't gotta like him. The other problem you have with PUSDC and PUSDT is that they can be turned off. You know? We just can't have nice things. We just can't have nice things. Okay. We need to get back to work here, guys. Come on. This is what are you doing? FUSDT. Weekly time frame. Do the same thing here. Right? Weekly time frame, FUSD. We haven't done this in a while, so let's mark out our levels. Like that. Which one do we think is more important here? I would say this one. And then of course we've got the current all-time high of Ethereum up here. All right. I don't think we're going to be seeing Ethereum going anywhere back here soon. So this is probably the more helpful chart here. Or we'll just zoom in. How about that? Let's see here. Yeah, Ethereum, same thing. I think that this is our current bear market low. I don't think we're going below this because that would indicate that Bitcoin would be going below this. So again, now it's just kind of a how low do we go, right? If we came back down here to retest our previous resistance, it would be a decline of 34%. So again, just doing that same EV calculation. Say we come back down here to test previous resistance. And let's look at the EV of going to one of our all-time highs. 4.14 risk to reward ratio. So this is a good EV. It's not a bad spot up. There is not a chart that Alex will not buy. I love this man. Yeah, it's not a bad spot on Pepe, actually. I completely agree with you. We've really held the support here for a while. And then a second drive down. The idea that this thing won't go for another run, unlikely. I hear debt deal will see the debt ceiling raised by 4.5 trillion, going to be a huge headwind for risk assets. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, we're going to raise the debt ceiling limit. The Fed's already signaling that we're about to go back to QE. It's on, guys. It's on. Bull market's coming. Bull market's fucking here. Bull market's here. Bags better be packed. You guys don't have much time. I mean it. Like, I'm not trying to be... You guys don't have much time. Things are going to happen really quickly over the next 2 years. Really quickly. Oh, look at that bottom feeder signal right there. Bam! Yeah, but basically sideways Freeman. So that seems to be the market consensus. Like sideways, lazy summer. So if that's the case, guys, make sure that you got some good activities planned. Like I'm going to Aruba. I'm doing a lot of camping in the Rockies this summer. I'm enjoying my summer. I'm going to experience everything I can. And then just like Mac and BTC, I'll lock myself in this room. I'll have the recording studio down here very, very shortly. I'm going to lock myself in that room for 2 years. I'll come out and tell I'm a millionaire again. All right. Let's do this. There you go, man. There you go. Over there in Finland, they play this game called Gollum. You know what I'm saying? It's funny if you follow the meme wars. Are you talking about John Deaton that we were talking about earlier, B-Flow? Are you hating on the XRP army, dude? Because I can call him right now, dude, if you got something you want to tell him. I don't know any John Denver, unless not knowing who John Denver is makes me look stupid, in which case I do know who John Denver is, and I'm just teasing you. Sorry. Let's get back to the daily. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Daily time frame for Ethereum. Well, actually, now since we're broaching into trading territory, we're going to be looking at the USDT chart because it is more liquid. Ethereum USDT returning back to basically to the support level that we established prior to this push up, holding above the daily baseline. Again, any dips down to the daily baseline would be bullish. We would buy 1685.52. Obviously, breakdowns of the daily baseline would be a little bit bearish. I would have thought the Rockies would have been a lot rocky. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. No continuation signal from Minx, so no reason to really trade this on the daily time frame. We are looking for a reversal baseline bounce, so we are looking for prices to go a little bit lower, or we're looking for a stronger continuation signal. We're not getting any clear readings here from Wadatar Explosion, just flip-flopping and contracting volatility, and Parallax is obviously negative. We are not in bottom feeder is giving no buy signals right now. So really not a dip buying opportunity for me on Ethereum right now. The chart does not appear to suggest that for Ethereum on the daily time frame. So absolutely no activity to take. On the 4-hour time frame, this is exciting. I mean, obviously we've had a couple beautiful short positions, a beautiful reversal baseline bounce opportunity, and we might potentially be having one right now. I could see taking the 4-hour reversal baseline bounce on Ethereum right here. And let's just put the metrics up for that trade. Selling XRP right now is like selling a dead bird to a blind. You guys are terrible. You know, this is a beautiful short setup on Ethereum. Yeah, sorry. We've got to take this one. So even though we are long on BTC on the hourly, we will be going short on Ethereum on the 4-hour chart. Oh, I'm sorry, do I have veto selected? That might be why we're not getting very many public signals. A random percentage of my trades that go to the private group go into the free signals channel in our Discord. But I have this option in our application to... no. Okay, sorry. All bueno. I thought I might have been vetoing those signals. Yeah, yes, Jordan, yes. I don't have, there we go. There we go. I just had to take a slightly smaller position size on KuCoin because I don't have an abundance of funds on there at the current moment. Okay, and so short signal right now, reversal baseline bounce setup on the 4-hour time frame. But also again, long signal here on the hourly. So we're getting contrarian signals, right? We're getting contrarian signals. So since I'm already long on BTC USDT, I will just keep that open. I will ignore this long signal from Ethereum. And I will essentially have these split positions open. Now, interestingly enough, you might be thinking, well, like one of them's going to win and one of them's going to lose. That's not always the case because the 4-hour is going to be using much wider metrics. So we can absolutely have a winning trade on the hourly while still remaining within the boundaries of our overall short position. We'll just be in drawdown for a little bit. Again, it could be the case that one trade will be a winner and one will be a loser, but we'll just see. And I would prefer it. I would prefer for the losing trade to be it really doesn't matter because they're both 2% risk trades. So I will gain or lose the same amount on either trade. Well, that's not quite true. I will lose more money. I will lose the same amount if both trades were losers. Okay. I will make more money off the 4-hour position because price will go farther. All right, guys, 2:10. It is about time to start heading for the door here for the weekend. TGIF. Before we head for the door, we will take a few moments, guys, and just summarize what we've done today. Of course, we looked at Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum on the daily are giving neutral signals, no signals whatsoever. Ethereum is giving a short signal on the 4-hour, and both assets are giving a long signal on the hourly. So you guys can do that with that what you will. Obviously, I've taken the long on Bitcoin, the short on Ethereum. The hourly long on Bitcoin, the 4-hour short on Ethereum. It is Friday, so again, as always, weekend volatility may come into play. I will be mostly finishing the recording studio this weekend, so not much else besides that. I will be trading a little bit, but other than that, mostly holding, waiting to get resolution on either this head and shoulders or this continuation of the current bullish trend. let's take, whoa, what's going on with the microphone here? All right. Did anybody have any questions before we break for the weekend? Yes, I do have to read Magnus's light paper. I did say I would do that, and I will do that. Does anybody have any questions before we skedaddle off for the weekend? Do you really want me to say that on air, Mr. B-Flow, if that even is your real name? Careful what you ask, man. Okay. All right. I don't see any questions coming in, so we'll do the end plug. We will do the end plug here, guys. Let's see here. All right. Don't mind this. Head on over to our website, guys. If you have not yet signed up with our community, discord.krakencryptocurrency.com to join our completely free community where you can engage with like-minded traders and improve your skill of trading. And if you're looking to master the art of cryptocurrency trading, then we are here to help you. You can take advantage of everything that we have to offer, including courses, indicator bundles, our signal group, as well as our tactical market updates, all combined. We've got some great packages on the website, and we will be having some great deals coming up. We don't have a Memorial Day sale, but we will be doing some cool stuff for the summer. So krakencryptocurrency.com. Links are in the description to everything you could possibly need in life and more. We will be back on Monday. Same crypto time, same crypto network, which is mostly YouTube. I want you guys to trade safely. Again, the weekends can be treacherous. Emotional discipline and risk management are responsible for paying the bills. So always remember that before you ape into a position. Sometimes that's the right thing to do, but only if you've set aside aping funds. If you're aping with funds that are not in your aping funds, then you are making a mistake, my friend. If you want to support the stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button like it owes you 6 Satoshis. And you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for showing up to today's rant, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, and happy Memorial Day. Cheers.